Okay, in this video, we're going to learn how foundations are named. We're going to learn about the parameters that actually determine the name of the foundation. So you can see that the schedule of footing right over here, you can already make tables in AutoCAD. We have previously learned how to make tables in AutoCAD, and then you can also make this kind of tables as well. All right, the thing I would like to show you is how to put in this diameter sign. So I just show you. You take multi-text anywhere you want, and here you just write in percent, and then D. Okay, so once you do that, okay, percent D is actually for degree. If I click on this add the right symbol, you can see degrees is percent D, and diameter is actually percent C. So if you click on diameter, you will have the diameter, but if you don't have the time to go there and then bring up diameter from there, what you can do is you can just write in percent and then C. There you go, and you'll have the diameter symbol right over there. Okay, so just okay, so this is how you can write in diameter symbol, and everything else I think is pretty much clear on how to write and do. So I'm not going over making that whole table and stuff like that. Okay, so the name of the foundations are actually based upon three things. The first thing is size of the footing, and then the depth of the footing, and then the arrangement of the rebars. Okay, so for example, we have F1, F2, F3, and CF1. So CF actually stands for combined footing or combined foundation, and F is here symbolically meaning a single foundation. Right? You can also write in SF or whatever you want. Different firms actually have different specifications for this kind of names. Anyway, so the three things must match for a foundation have to have the same name. For example, F1, the foundations will be called F1 when their size is 7 feet by 7 feet, depth is 16 inches, and the rebar arrangement for long direction bars is this, and the short direction bars is this. Then foundations are going to be named F1. Right after that, we have F2. So if you look carefully here, you can see that the size of F1 and F2 are same, and you can also see that the rebar arrangement is also same. So then why is it called F2? Because the diameter doesn't match. Here the diameter for F1, the diameter the depth. So here for F1 the depth was 16 inches, and for F2 the depth is actually 15 inches. So since depth is not matching, this is going to be named differently. So the three things must match in order for for the foundations to be given a single name, the similar name. And even if one parameter doesn't match, then they'll be given a different name. So for F3, you can see that the depth is same as F1. You can also see that the bar arrangement is also same as F1, but you can see that the size is different from F1. That is why it is now being called F3. And here we have a combined foundation. This is the F1. So this is a combined foundation. All right, so yeah, that is how the naming of the foundations are actually done. So I hope you got to understand that, and up next we're going to learn how to do the foundation layout, and then we're going to also learn how to name the foundations after we have done that. Okay, so yeah. Well, the naming is actually already done. If you are someone who's doing the foundation design, the substructure design, then the naming of the foundation is going to be tasked to you. But if you're someone who's only doing the detailing, then you don't actually need to worry about the naming of the foundations, because the person who's doing the design, the structural design, will actually provide you with the size of the foundation, depth of the foundation, rebar arrangement, name of the foundations. What you need to do is you have to come to this schedule and see, okay, F1, that's F1, and they're going to give you a hand-drawn paper, or maybe some sort of a sketch, or maybe a written written report from where you understand which column is actually having the F1 foundations, which columns are supposed to have F2 foundation, which columns are supposed to have F3 foundation, and which columns are supposed to have the CF1 foundation. Right? Once you understand that, your job would be just to draw them up if you are only doing the structural detailed drawing in AutoCAD. But if you're someone who's doing the design and the detailed drawing, then all of these things, naming of the foundations, design of the foundations, and the detailing of the foundations will be tasked to you. Alright, so yeah, that was it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.